Hello, hello. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. We're gonna be playing a new game. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the first portion of this. It's Machinika Museum. It's a puzzle-based game. I'll just call it M Museum from now on, just so that I don't butcher and abuse the name, unless somebody can tell me how to pronounce it, or I figure listen to somebody say it. But last episode was for Try It Again. That was a one game episode. Did really enjoy it, but hopefully we'll get a little bit more on this one here. The one thing I didn't think to check of it on, and I need to do that real quick, is what it says to what the input type is. It has full controllers. I'm going to try with the keyboard and mouse first, just to see what it does. And then we'll see what we can get from there. So, that being said, I'm going to put on my headset. Fudge, back to gaming. At least that works. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get this to Machinika. I have no idea. All right, well, let's go ahead and get the recording started here. Welcome to episode number 1 of Machinika Museum. Okay, start this. Well, and the only thing I did is I started the game and then had to restart it just to make sure that it was in full screen so that it gets captured by OBS correctly. A long night at the museum ahead of me, studying alien objects from the far reaches of the galaxy. Okay. And if the controls are real simple, I might just switch back over to using the controller, just because some of these games the controller is just easier. Another box is shipped today. As usual, they haven't given me any info. They tell me researchers are supposed to research. Okay. Click on the letter to pick it up. You have found a letter. Yay! I found a letter. Dear colleague from the 4th floor. Wow. Following your request from 2 months ago, we have pulled from the inventory this old 3D printer scanner. It is an old model, but works. Theoretically. Works theoretically. And although the manual is missing, we are sure you will manage just fine. When you no longer have a use for it, please be considerate enough to return it to its original box along with its accessories. Regards, Technical Services Department. Note, as usual, the lock code is set to the serial number. Okay, 1078. Okay. Okay. Right click to zoom out. I must find something sharp to cut the tape with. Would be the scissors, would it? That should do it. Okay. Oh, okay. Rather unremarkable pair of scissors. Okay. So the interactions are a little interesting. Good, let's have a closer look at this big box. All right. Yes. Perfect spot. A desk. Let's find out how to start this printer. 1078. Is there anything? Okay, that's it. Okay, yep. 1078. Cool. Good thing the code was in the letter. I probably won't need it anymore. I'm going to put it aside. Fair enough. Okay, what is this? Found a battery. Okay. Battery. Okay, let's see. Is there any markings on it? Nothing that I can see that stands out. Okay. Oh, gotta remember to right click to go back. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's see. Can I look in here anymore? There's a battery. Well, when I think that the battery, I should be looking for something to duplicate. Oh, okay. There we go. Found the museum emblem. Really? Museum's commemorative medal is worth quite a lot. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's in there. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Okay, gun close. Flip the switch. Oh, hey, look at that. That's where the battery goes. Haha. All right. Nice. There we go. Oh, there's something else missing. Okay. All right. The container is quite heavy. You have found an ink cartridge. Okay. Don't think I need 2 ink tanks. Are you sure? This container seems empty. I should replace it. Okay. Well, let's put this one in there then. Good. Okay. All right. Well, that's all done. There's something. Okay, there's gonna be something else I gotta click on. Okay. Something in here, maybe a button in here I gotta press. Do I have that set correctly? All right. Okay, so that. Okay, what's over here? Okay. I got... Okay, I can't click there. Won't zoom in anymore. Aha! Okay, so... One's got to be copy or scan. Well, there should be one for scanning, and there should be one for printing. See, I don't have my gamma turned on this, do I? Oh, I do. Okay, there we go. That should be better. All right. Scan complete. Oh, okay. Well then, oh, no. Come on. Open up. Now that I have scanned this object, I can print it. Go ahead and close. Now print. Okay. All right. Nice, a perfectly duplicated object. I'll keep this printer with me. It could be useful. Okay, well, we figured the printer out. Well, 3D printer. Now that printer is working, let's see what interesting alien items I have been given to study. Next chapter. Okay. Ooh, got all kinds of boxes here. The alien item shipments I'm going to study tonight. I was not given any information regarding their origins. Okay. They just told me it was urgent, and that's not unusual. I'm curious to see what's inside. Okay, let's take a look at the paperwork first. Found a letter. Okay. Reference, given name Agrov. Date found, size, weight, priority 1, unknown. Okay, let's see if there's anything on the back. Okay. Key ×2. Okay. This device of blank origin was part of a blank near Saturn on an asteroid designated Atlas. Okay, origin and purpose of the device are unclear at this point. Few items fell from it when it was first extracted. We packaged them along with following the usual safety procedures. For unknown reasons, an emergency protocol was requested from above for this item, along several others, to be sent directly to the National Museum for further analysis. On a more information note, Dr. Bleh complained about the secrecy and unusual protocol surrounding the whole operation. Also, blah, very unusual to dangerous. Field item 411 led by Dr. Brenner. The letter from my colleagues working in the field. Okay, I get that. Which one? Which one? Two? I better get this is 202. Okay. All right. So, does that mean that you have found the hidden note? 359. Okay. So, does that mean careful of feeling this? I have a feeling that this piece will be helpful. I could duplicate it with my printer. Well, of course I can. I can use the printer to duplicate certain items. Well, I'll be. And this was what? 359. Okay. 359. Okay. So that's a rather strange looking thingamadoohicker, whatchamacallit. Okay. I found a metallic object. Yay! Take a look at this metallic. Okay, 2 prongs. Squarish inserts, so I'm gonna be careful there. The button looks like it's a key from a typewriter. Okay. So that means that has to go somewhere. Okay, let's take a look. Can I go here? Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, a strange key and a green brace. Let's take a look at the key. Okay, it's got a very odd little depression in it. A 2-prong hook. Okay. Okay, so looks like a key. Good. Yes, I see that. It's spinning loose. I'm missing something. I found a key, a strange key. Okay, so that means I probably need a duplicate of it. One there, one there. All right. Blue brace. So there, there. Okay. So one goes here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Okay. All right. Well, that went pretty easy. Okay, so then this key is going to go. This should go in, but something is in the way. I'll take my old mini camera to take a closer look. I can use the mini camera to visualize the hard to access areas. Okay. Oh, sure. Blind yourself before you go looking in there. Use a machine key to move the a pin. How in the world did this get in here? I'll have a word with the off-world team who packs this. Okay. Well, son of a motherless goat, really. Okay. Oh, okay, so maybe I gotta rotate it to match the color then? Like purple? Okay, so it's that one and oh, that one and that one. Let's try, okay, that one. Okay, I was close, but not quite there. Let's see, was there... Okay, the only problem is I don't have another one, so I don't... Let's see here. Is there something else I need to find? Huh. Okay. So I wonder, oh, I wonder if I... quality music sound. Nope, back to game. I don't see anywhere else where I could have been missing one. I can use it for an duplicate object. Okay, I get that, but I don't know. I wonder if maybe I needed to duplicate that. Is there something else around here that maybe I need to grab? I need to get somewhere else. My... Okay, so... Can I click on any of these now? No? Okay, if I click there... Okay, so if I click that, that unlocks that one. And then they just get reset. It's almost like I'm clearly missing one, but I don't know how to get it now. And I'm not seeing anything like in these drawing specs for it. Not seeing anything up here either. That's closest to it, but that's complete. Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Okay, so click that, and there we go. Okay. Okay, so those are done. Ooh. Okay. So what do we have here? Can I... Okay. Okay, so... Okay, so that means I gotta get... Okay. Okay, so it looks like I've got to get the green things lined up here. There we go. Okay, cool. All right then. No. Anti-gravity. An anti-gravity machine of this size, as far as I know, no civilization has technology of that kind. Okay. But now it's got my pen. I've lost a valuable pen. I'm gonna have to put it in a requisition order. I'm gonna have to explain what happened to my pen. It's gonna be a whole thing now. I just know it. They're gonna be like, why did you have your pen so close to the alien thing? Why didn't you know that it was gonna happen? Because I just didn't, okay? My goodness. Okay, you found a note. November 10th, preliminary discovery. This object's inner working is unknown as of yet, but its purpose is very clear. It is a blank coming from a blank civilization. Yay. It was plugged in. It was plugged on a blank something electron C from which it was extracted. Given the circumstances, its outer shell is quite damaged, but it was still able to protect the core of the device. The data stored in it oh my goodness. In it are of a major interest to our country, both on a cultural and strategic standpoint. Although once more, the archaeological teams are not concerned. Activating this is of the utmost importance. Scroll case, weight 28. Okay. Nothing on the back. Okay, cool. I'll take the key. Take the keys out of the key ring. It'll be more convenient. Okay. Okay. Let's go back. Let's see here. Hey, Guide Gimp, how are you doing today? Hey. Let's take a look around here. Museum property. Nothing much just got done with a 5-mile route. Nice. Was your run, was it just like around the neighborhood, or did you like go to a track or anything like that? Okay, looks like it's going to be that key. Okay. All right. Found the hidden note. All right, the hidden note. 2 here, here, here. Okay. just around the neighborhood. This is boring, just running in a circle. That it can be. I in middle school, I was in part of the running club, and I got up and we had a track. And although it was a decent track, after a while, especially when you're one of the few people out there, it gets really boring just running in a circle all by yourself. Over 2. Okay. So that tells me that it's probably this one. Come on. So let's see here. Over 2. All right. Right? Skip 1. Oh. Okay. There we go. With friends, it's fun because you can pace and just annoy them. Yes. Okay. So there. Oh, you know what? I am. Okay. So let me put the key on the duplicator here. Yes. Yeah, I'm taking a bit of a break from horror games. I've got like a backlog of like 4 or 5 different puzzle-based games and stuff. So I figured, why not? Yeah, I did play one game where I was able to beat it in about 20 minutes. It's called Try It Again. And it's a great little game, and I really hope the developer comes out with some more stuff. But yeah, I beat it like twice in like 30 minutes total. Okay. The Fallout series. I do have the I have a couple of them. Let me pause the recording here real quick. Let's see here. Fallout. Which ones do I have? I do have Fallout 4. I thought I had a couple more of these. Yeah, I've got Fallout 4. I thought I had New Vegas. But yeah, I've got Fallout 4. I do like the Elder Scrolls games and stuff. I just never really got into this one here. But maybe after you get through a couple other games, we have to start playing this one. This might be one of those games where if I play it, maybe I'll do part of it on stream and then record other episodes off stream and stuff. But I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with being patient enough to play through the game on stream and just do my episodes that way. But I do have it. I at least have that one. Do you have a favorite one in the Fallout series? Okay, let's go back to recording. Okay, let's see what we got here. New Vegas is one of the few I've never played. Fallout 4. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to break it. Wasn't me. I would need a thin object to press the button. Well, that's a thin object. Why not use that? Come on. I can use this mini camera to visualize hard to access areas. Okay. Okay, there's got to be something that kind of tells me. Okay, I'll fix it. Okay, fine. I won't focus on it then. There's something that tells me what buttons to press in. I should be able to use my endoscope here. Yeah, okay, there we go. Right. No. Okay, come back. Right there. Okay. No, why did you go all the way up there? I didn't want you to go all the way up there. My endoscope is not very good at listening. Okay. Okay, so that means the lower right-hand button. Okay, so it's the top two mid. Okay, so I've got to reverse it then. Okay. But what does that mean here? Okay, I don't... Oh my goodness, this button is crazy. Okay. No. Go back. I'm done. Okay. So what that tells me then is... Was it this one, and this one? I need some object to press the button mechanism. Oh, come on, let me press it with the endoscope. So if you'd answer a question for me, I might take a bit to write down fully. Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead and ask away. If not, you can also type it into the Discord. Because that might be a little bit easier instead of trying to like type it into the chat window here. If you wanted to do it in Discord, you could do it there too. Okay. Okay. Cool. Pen. There we go. All right. Did I get it open? Nice. There we go. Okay. What thing next? Okay, hold on. I think it's a first try. I think I'll first try to reuse that anti-gravity machine. That will be useful to study more easily that object. Okay. Okay. Turn the machine around. Good, I can now use the anti-gravity machine to observe the machines I receive. Nice. Okay. So then is there some big metal emblem sealing the object? Okay. Okay, I get that. Okay, well let's turn the whole thing around. Can I look down inside here? Okay. It's blocked. Something must be preventing it from opening. Probably the... Oh, okay. Okay, on face. Okay, give me just a second here. Let me pause this. Okay, paused. Okay, so you were looking on Facebook Marketplace. It's a Dell PowerEdge T310 server. I found it for around 80 bucks. It's fully working. Has an Intel Xeon X3430, 2.4 gigahertz quad core, 24 gigs of RAM, or 500 gig hard drive. You know if it would be usable for a media server and running a game server for games like Minecraft without. It's about 5 of my friends, and with a few mods around 40, I guess. Using Jellyfin as my media server, by the way, DDR3. I think you're definitely okay on memory. If you're only gonna run one server at a time, and here, let me do this here real quick, just to kind of help you out. So I think you're gonna be okay running a media server on there, Jellyfin. I'm currently running Jellyfin on a Raspberry Pi, and I've got a bunch of DVDs, and I've got, I think it's like 12 now. I've been slowly taking the old DVD and Blu-ray collection that we've got for like the Studio Ghibli movies and the we've got the Avengers, the MCU Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3 DVD Blu-rays. So I've been slowly moving those over. So Jellyfin will run on there just fine. You can connect in and pull your stuff there. That's no problem. It'll work. Even if you're going to like pull movies and like use Make MKV is a good thing to pull stuff with, and Handbrake is great at being able to compress and convert things in like from 1080p to AV1. It'll work fine on almost any computer. It just takes longer, the lower thing. The only thing that concerns me for this right here is the Xeon X3430 2.4 gigahertz quad core. That might give you some frustration dependent upon what you do with it. I think the specs of the game, of it will be okay running the Minecraft. You've got enough memory. The thing would be is what kind of operating system you're going to run with it. You were hoping to use. I see star. You're just hoping to use star to make my server public for Jellyfin and Minecraft. So yeah, you're going to need something like a dynamic DNS. You'll want to work that out. I don't know how it's going to work with your internet service provider, but that will be one thing for you to take a look at. And I think you're going to be okay. But I also think you're probably going to want to look at something like running probably an OS like Casa OS. Yeah. Okay. So as long as you're not running Windows, I don't know that I've heard the name Casa OS. Yeah, there's something that's going on there. star.gg. Oh, playit.gg. Okay. Yeah. I have heard of Casa OS. I know it's a Linux variant. I just can't remember which one it is. I personally use Arch Linux distribution. So on my gaming laptop, I use Garuda Linux. And then on another PC, that my son's old PC that was just sitting in the basement, I went ahead and got Manjaro Linux on it with XFCE. Runs lightweight. Yeah, so Jellyfin should run pretty easy on it. Proxmox, I think you're going to go either or, Proxmox or Jellyfin. You could probably do either or. I wouldn't necessarily do both since they kind of do the exact same thing. But yeah, if you're going to run a Casa and you're going to have a lightweight distribution, go with like XFCE or something like that, so that you don't have to have a whole lot of overhead and resources for your desktop. I think you might be okay. The big thing would be is if you're going to run the Minecraft, make sure it's a dedicated server and that maybe you like SSH into it and you run your stuff there, that you're not trying to play the game client on there. Maybe use a different PC if you can for that. Honestly, no. I mean, if you don't mind your transcoding taking a little bit of time, you can just let that thing transcode overnight. Like, it might take a while, but you could just just do the transcoding and go to bed, and it'll be done when you wake up in the morning. Handbrake actually allows you to be able to build a queue of stuff to transcode and let that stuff go through. So you can just set that up overnight. If you want to buy a cheap CPU or GPU, that's not going to hurt. It's only going to make it better. But just make sure that you have one that fits within the case and whatever PCIe slot that you have in there. Superior as a server, nothing else. Okay, that's good. And I thought it does transcoding while I watch a video. So that's the way streaming services work for YouTube and for like Twitch, where the transcoding is dependent upon the quality you select. So like if you're doing 720p, 1080p, when you're actually going to record something, you would take, like, just as an example, like I did My Neighbor Totoro, and I actually used Make MKV, and I took the movie and I selected just the movie. I got rid of all the DVD extras and all the other additional cutscenes and beginning stuff and behind the scenes footage. I took just the movie, pulled it down, and it was about 5 gigs of space. Then I took it in Handbrake and I encoded that MKV into an AV1 file, and that took I don't know, probably about 25 minutes, but it was using my NVIDIA card to do the transcoding, and it transcoded that 5 gig movie, the MKV file, into a 500 meg movie, so I could watch the whole movie in an AV1. So that's what got stored. That's what I actually store, and that's what Jellyfin serves up, and I have it attached to the storage for it. So taking and converting from the MKV file down to AV1 greatly compresses and shrinks that file down significantly. If I think it's worth it for $80. But if you're looking for maybe something that has maybe a little bit more GPU or CPU, well, I would maybe try to see if you could go 100, 120, see what you could do there. I don't think what you're looking at for $80 is bad, though. I think from a Linux server, that it's going to be kind of headless and stuff like that, where you're just going to be running things in the background, I think you're going to be just fine. Jellyfin and all that stuff runs on a Raspberry Pi with like 8 gigs of memory, no problem. You think you'll get a P100 for the GPU? Oh, yeah, that'll work. So I think where you're heading with it, and that is going to be fine. The GPU just helps do the transcoding and stuff like that there a little bit faster. That's the main part about it, and the Handbrake will do that. You could get Handbrake, but if you're going to use Casa, you're probably, since you're going to be on Linux distribution, you might just get raw FFmpeg and be able to do it on the command line. It's actually a super easy. Just you can Google search it, where you can just use FFmpeg to do it raw, and it'll just run in the background, and you can just do that stuff overnight. But Handbrake will work on Linux as well. It's got a Linux GUI client and everything. So I would go with XFCE or LXQT, which is another lightweight Linux distribution. Stay away from GNOME, stay away from Hyperland, any of those, because they're going to be really heavy and stuff. But yeah, LXQT or XFCE is going to be perfect for what you're looking for. Okay, let's go back here. Try to see if we can't finish off this chapter here real quick. But no, keep asking questions and stuff. But I think you've got a good spot. Maybe look around. If this isn't if you're like, hey, I got the money for this here and that. If you want to wait just a little bit, see what else you've got. Maybe see if you can add a little bit more money. See what you can find and stuff. But I think what you've got is a good start. And you're welcome. Okay, now that we've got this thing slid out, let's see what this here does. Okay, so that probably means that okay, so that means it's probably locked into place. All right, so that one worked. I just kind of stumbled into that one. Ooh, okay. Just as I thought, this is indeed a scroll, and with nothing written on it. Awesome. I've always wanted blank scrolls. Okay, so that... Okay, can I grab any of that? Okay, so I can't grab that one. I can't grab that one. All I can do is turn this. Okay. That's good. This one, can't grab any of that. Alright, is there anything else down? It's blocked. Something must be preventing it from opening. Okay. Well, goodness gracious, that's not nice. I'm going to need a screwdriver here, and what better tool than my old magnetic screwdriver. Awesome. Now I have this screw. I should be able to take care of this. Okay. So $80 is what you have saved. Okay, hang on a second here. Okay, so 80 bucks is what you have saved. You don't really need it right now, but I feel like I might miss out on the chance to buy a good server. I would only need it around the winter seasons because that's when me and my friends have free time to play Minecraft because can't go outside. Very reasonable. If you're saying like this is what you feel comfortable with and that's what you got, then yeah, go ahead and take care of it. Especially if it's 80 bucks and stuff, just to make sure. Also, because you're going to be setting it up, make sure you get a keyboard, a mouse, and at least a temporary monitor or a TV that you can plug into it and stuff. That way you can make sure that you get everything set up. But other than that, you don't even have to have any of that stuff while it's just sitting there in a corner connected to the network and stuff. But no, I think you're going to be good with that. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Casa is a headless server. Well, when I say headless, like on the machine that I've got set up right now, like I've got a keyboard and a mouse connected to it, and I've got a monitor connected so I could see what I was doing when I was installing everything. Once I had everything up and running and I was able to get like remote access as SSH into it and stuff like that there, I could literally unplug the keyboard and mouse, unplug the monitor that I had connected to it, boot the machine, and it won't complain. So that's when I say what I mean by headless. Just make sure that you can get everything set up and that it doesn't have a problem with nothing being connected. Every once in a while, some of them complain at the very beginning, and there's usually sometimes there's a switch you can do. But other than that, yep, it'll be fine. Yeah, you should be able to. Should focus on the current screw shape. Oh, okay, fine. I will focus on the current. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. I'm trying. Okay. There we go. Good. This first shape, it's all set. Let's move on to the second one. Nice. Okay. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. There we go. Okay, but they're all in the wrong... Oh, oh. Okay, so then we... Okay, there we go. Go all the way down here. Okay, one more. There we go. All right. Oh, so it's a dynamic screwdriver. All right. Okay, you have found a metallic ball. That's good to know. Okay, so, all right, it's got a couple, it's got a divot there. Okay, 2 squares with a single circle piece. All right. Okay, so I see a spot where this could go. All right, maybe right here. Okay, maybe I need to go back here. Nope. Can I go to this other side over here? No. Up here. Almost feels like maybe this is supposed to go, because there's no spot to put it. It's almost like, but it came out of there, so it's not like that should go back. Okay, maybe it does. It looks like there is room for two. Wonder. Okay. We'll duplicate it then. Aha. Okay. Okay, so how am I gonna know what in the world this thing... Is there something on here that tells me what it's supposed to look like? Okay, to see... Seen a bunch of plus signs. This here doesn't look like anything that is on that. Okay, is this going to be something where you're just going to stumble across it? I'm like listening right now to see if I hear anything. Oh, okay. So one's going to be an arrow to the... Okay, there we go. One's going to be an arrow with a dot to the left. So let's see if I could get that one first. Just an arrow with a dot. An arrow with a dot. Okay, and the other one was an arrow to the right with 2 lines and 1 line, it looks like. Arrow to the right, 2 lines at the top, 1 line at the bottom. Okay, do I have an arrow to the right? Two lines. Right there. 2 lines on. Okay. So now let me go ahead and reverse this back. So there's here and a dot, and then this one here is this arrow with this. There we go. Okay. So I had to match the way it was on the back. Oh. Partial load. Okay. So that means that probably one of these now has to match that. Ah, okay. No, not quite. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, so there's that one. Nope. That's a definite nope. Okay, no, I don't think it's close enough. I don't think that's close enough. Let me try this other one here. Okay. Can I zoom in on that? Okay, wait a minute, can I... Okay, can I zoom in? Okay, so I can at least zoom in right there. Okay, so, I mean, clearly this has to line up. Ah, okay, the better way to do this is just to click and drag on the one side. Guess the question is are these interconnected or are they different? Like, does it have to match between, like, is this one part of the other side too? Because see, I've got 3 dots here. That feels like it's about as close, but I also think that it would have, like, stopped me or something, or would have clicked and be like, so the bigger one should be at the top. Okay. Get closer. Probably another... Nope. All right, come on. Why does this one not... Okay. Am I... So the track... Okay, so there's... Okay, so that one has to be there. Nope, that's not right. That's not right. That one's not right either. That's not right. This is a very strange puzzle. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay. Crazy thing is I keep hearing somebody like walk by the office outside somewhere. Okay, so try changing this one. Okay, which one can I tell? Okay, let's rotate it all one direction here. Nope, that's not quite it. So get right there. That's actually pretty close because that gets the dot there and the line going through the circle. Not quite. But that's pretty close. But I don't know about this one down here now. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one here. So going here. That one, that's too close. Okay. So I'm trying to like see, okay, so see how this one here is lined up, this one here, and I'm trying to get, it looks like this one should be up here, and this one should be right here. So that's what I got to do, is try to see if I can get it to line that way. It's almost like, okay, come on. It's so close. Nope. Oh, okay. Is there anything here? Okay. All right, let's see. All right. Anything on this? All right, wait a minute. Let me do this here. Was there anything on? Okay, that was the first one that I did. That was the first set. Here's this one. Okay. All right. Going just a little bit over. But that's okay. I'm not okay, so like I get the smaller dots. Okay, so then I wonder if it's okay. Okay. So I think it has to be both hat. Is that the right one? No. Okay. No. Huh. Not quite. So let's keep going. Ah, goodness gracious. Okay, so that's not correct. Okay, so then if so, okay, I got one. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I'm pretty sure this is exactly what I got to do. But there's like no indication that I've got it even close or correct. Dagnabbit. Is there... No, I can't adjust that anymore that way. Okay, well, can I zoom in on this? Nope. Okay. And I can't access the rotary dials here until I get to this point. That doesn't feel like the right thing either. So I've got this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Really? Okay. So best thing I can do. Take photo. Well, I won't say it's the best thing I can do. It's the fastest thing I can do. How about that? Okay. So now, I knew there was like something I was missing. Okay, so now for this one, that circle's gonna, okay. That circle goes down at the bottom, but then the other two planetary things have got to be, okay, so nope, that's not the right one. That's not the right one either. Right there is the correct orientation, it seems like. Okay. So then this one. Okay. So that big circle needs to be right about here. Okay, not quite. Not quite. Okay. Nope. Okay. There we go. All right. Knew there was a part to the something in there. Okay, so okay. So then if all right. That was easy. Cool. Okay. Spaceship. I've never seen one like this. That's too bad. This device doesn't seem capable of locating it. Okay. But that was a step in the right direction. Okay. Well, we're going to click on next chapter, and then we're going to go ahead and exit out for tonight. And, oh, okay, we're going to go back to main. Do you really want to leave the game? Progress with C. Yes, main menu. All right. Well, that was interesting. That took a little bit of work, but it's interesting. So we'll go ahead and finish off the video and wrap up the stream here. But thanks for joining me today. Put a comment on this video. Press the like or dislike button. Please follow me for more content. You can join my Discord server. The link's in my Twitch and YouTube channels. Let me know your feedback and suggestions. Okay, we'll go ahead and flip this over to the end stream and stuff and get this wrapped up. All right, despite the fact that I don't know how to pronounce the very beginning part of the name and stuff like that there, this is a very fun game. I'm really liking this. Kind of refreshing to go into a bit of a puzzle game versus a horror game. Not that I'm not going to play horror games anymore, but this is definitely a refreshing change for a little bit. So I'm really enjoying this. Godgamp, I just wanted to say thanks for joining me again. Appreciate your questions and stuff like that there. Again, if you have any other questions or anything like that there, you can also post questions in my Discord channel and stuff like that in the general chat, and I'll try to answer them anytime I see them in that. But I look forward to playing some more of this game and hearing about your adventures and setting up Jellyfin and setting up a server and stuff like that, and going forward with this. Got a couple more games after this here that I'm going to play, so got at least 2 more puzzle games, and I just found a new one. But that's the end of the stream for today. Let me know your thoughts and feedback, and as always, so long for now.